This is it, episode 634, No Laugh Track podcast here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're at Acme Comedy Company, and my name is Justin Severson, talking to Robert Baril. Has not been in this podcast. I don't think, have you been at Acme in, almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, I think it's been a little while.
What the hell, man?
I had to go. I did a darkness retreat like
Stop.
Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I trained with the monks, me and Wemby. I learned a lot about myself. You know, sometimes you have to go away for a while to know what's really inside yourself. And I explored myself. That's what I did for the last 2 years.
We were going to delve into that a little bit here. I listened back to when we did this in August of 2024.
We were just kids.
Oh, babies.
Just kids.
Babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And I think you were hinting at stuff there that is now very obvious right now, that you didn't want to talk a lot of politics anymore.
Yeah, I think I was just kind of burnt out. Like I still, if there's something in the news I think is kind of funny and not necessarily partisan but weird or whatever, but it was just part of it.
Let me just hop in right here and say that when we were talking last, a little less than 2 years ago, you were saying about how I asked you about doing a podcast, and you were like, the last thing I was doing was a solo one that was politics based, and I really felt like I was getting almost like obligated to do this and have an opinion on things, and it's not what you were having fun doing.
Yeah, no, it seemed obligatory, and a lot of it I think is like, okay, we have to have takes, we have to have hard opinions, and like, you don't. I think average, you don't. Like, there's this funny Norm Macdonald bit where he just talks about like, 7 people should have opinions or something like that. I'm butchering it, but yeah, no. So it's part of it is like I'm so not built for the 21st century social media persona, because I'm way more of a quality over quantity, and that isn't to say that other people can't turn out quality constantly, although it's hard. But like I much rather work on it and disappear for a little while and then come back with stuff versus like every day talking into the camera, doing stuff which is like I know what you have to do, but it's also like I don't want to though. It's soul crushing.
When you made that decision to kind of put that on the back burner, how refreshing? I mean, does it just feel? That must just felt great, right?
Oh well, yeah, because then it's like
I can breathe now, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Stella's got his groove back. That's yeah.
That's fantastic. But I mean, you're still. Come on. You're waking up in the morning, you're looking at headlines, and you're like, I do have a opinion
usually just the headline. I don't even delve into the rest of it anymore.
Is that right?
A lot of it's just in the headline too, which is like clickbaity or whatever. True. I mean, maybe sometimes I'll be like, what? Like there was one story I saw where it was like 3 women stabbed a woman or something, and I was like, well, that's outside of the normal. Like, okay, I'll read up on that one a little bit. But otherwise it's... Yeah, it's awful. It's all awful. There's like an Instagram thing I follow where it's like good news of the world. And it's just like, in the Netherlands, they helped a crippled koala walk for the first time. And you're like, okay, well, that's something. Sure, that's all right.
Do you get the dopamine hit from that though?
Not as much.
Yeah.
Not as much, but still, it's, there is some light in all the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along those lines, how much are you pulling out your phone and just scrolling?
Not that much. I'm trying to like get back to reading and books, like actual books. And it's once you get out of that stage where you're scrolling all the time, every day, and you do something else, or that requires more of it, then it's hard to get back into it because you're like, you don't even have the mental like how can you process one heinous thing after another heinous thing after another, and then with social media too, it's like, cry for help, and then it's also like it's just like this mental illness Thunderdome sort of thing, and it's.
Do you think using social media it helps your brand getting people to? Do you think it helps getting people to shows?
It probably does, and I should post more, But it's also, and maybe it's just me being a bitch and being like I don't want to have, but like I didn't get into comedy to make reels or like be a video editor and stuff. And so ideally I can be at a point. I just like to leap to the point where like someone will do that for me and be like, okay, great. Then I can just focus on the content itself. But it's also, it skews toward the like setup punchline comics, because if you're doing something a bit more involved and monologue-y or whatever, like I'm doing, because like part of it's like, okay, I want to get a good clip, but it's like if I'm doing like a 7-minute bit on incest, which I do, and 7's cutting it down, I have more, but like just to take a random 45 seconds out of that is going to do a disservice to the whole. You're not really going to get the full thing. I might come off as like too pro-incest as opposed to like the right amount of pro-incest, which I'm going for, which is a dangerous line to walk.
The right amount.
Yeah. Just a hip amount of like a Cruel Intentions sort of thing, or a Game of Thrones, like just enough where I was joking about incest, but I think Game of Thrones might have been first, but still, it's taboo enough where it's hip. Hip enough for only the like most royal families and the most trailer trash families.
Exactly. Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Not a lot of middle class incest, it turns out.
Isn't that accurate?
Yeah.
And that's where I fall in. The middle class. Lower, but maybe no.
Yeah.
Where are you living these days?
I'm all over.
You don't have claim a home?
Nope, I'm a wanderer. I'm trying to get more like Bob Dylan. I show up. I'm like this. I don't normally wear this.
It's not even your shirt.
No, this is like I'm summer stock as Magnum PI right now. This is what I'm.
You woke up somewhere. There was a shirt.
Yeah.
You put it on. You showed up here.
Yeah, I feel like I look like if Dennis Miller had just come back from a Robin Williams garage sale. I think there's our clip. I feel like if not the incest thing, that might be our clip. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
Where's my straw? Could I get a bigger straw in this glass, by the way? I went to do it myself. I didn't, and I took the longest. I don't know why
It's a silly straw.
It is. We're a comedy club, zany. Robert. It's zany. Yeah, for sure.
It's a silly straw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Last night was so fun. You've been in town, back in town for a little bit?
I've been back in town. Yep. I've been to some Twins games. I'm getting reacquainted with the state that I love.
So here's what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you've been doing some shows back in Minnesota, you're here for a few days at Acme. Everyone that announces one that I see on social media is like the triumphant return.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
How does that feel?
I don't know. I'm not sure if triumphant is the right word for it. But yeah, it's nice to have like a home. Like and this is it's sort of like the Bob Dylan thing I was talking about, like going away for a little while. Yeah. Where then it's like, oh, well, on social media he doesn't really put. Who knows what he's been up to, right? Versus the, hey, here's a selfie of me outside the Holiday gas station getting gas, guys. Aren't these prices crazy? Like who? Why? We know. Yeah. Like, what is it? What is seeing you at a gas? Like, how is this content? Like this, and yet we're scrolling, but it's like, what is this for? Who?
That's a great way to say it. Who is this for? What is this for? Who is this for? On stage last night, you talk about, we're not going to give it away here, but you talk about people.
Is this behind a paywall? Because then we can talk about it.
Not yet.
Okay.
You're talking
build
about
the paywall. Build the paywall.
People sharing on Facebook when people are dying. And what
yes.
and what I want to get into with you is just like kind of what you already just started talking about, the oversharing. And I know personally, I used to post a lot more stuff about my family, about what I was doing, nonsense stuff about, just meaningless things, just sharing. Yeah. And I don't really have any interest in doing that anymore, especially like I rarely, like I had just had one of my daughters graduated from high school. I didn't post a picture. You know? Like it's just, it's my business. I don't need to share that with everybody.
Yeah.
What do you, do you think people are finally drawing, like I am, do you think are people drawing back the sharing? What do you think about that?
I mean, No,
No,
I think
they're not.
there's nothing too mundane that people that want attention won't post about it.
Yeah. But you're not doing it anymore.
I'll still do like an occasional joke or something.
Yeah.
But like, and I've gotten a little bit better. If it's like Mother's Day or something, I might post a photo of my mom or whatever. But like,
I saw that, by the way, in the Undertaker t-shirt.
Yeah, the Undertaker. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good content, I think.
Memorable.
But no, it's frustrating because like you see people, and it's clear that they're just desperate for attention, and like whatever happened to earning attention, right? Like developing a skill or a craft, or something of like. Because this idea that like everybody's my followers are going to wonder where I've been if I don't, and like they're going to be fine. They also have their own lives. Like what? It's just all this meaningless shit content that people are putting, and then people are consuming it because like go watch a good movie. Go watch a nice long good movie or read a fucking book for Christ's sake. Like,
have you seen like Anthony Jeselnik's doing a book club?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, each month.
No, I'm not. I'm not online.
I'll send you all the good stuff I see.
Yeah, please do.
You should do something like that. What do you think?
That's not a bad idea. I could see doing something like that. You know, now that you say that, I feel like that could be more up my alley where like I do it, because then I could like riff on what's in the book or something, and that's more like, okay. Because part of it is just like, okay, here's the news story. And then boom, you automatically know which side or like what take the left or right are going to have, what jokes they're going to have. And it's like, it's like satire by numbers, right? And it's not to say it's bad, but it's also, it's lost so much energy and creativity, and every comic does it now where like, before Instagram, like if something happened, like, okay, here's kind of a take that you do for a while and maybe but now you see there's like 400 comics all with a slightly different version of this. And like, well, you know, you feel a little less special and you're like, okay, well then maybe I should try to find something else. But now it's like everybody wants to be the Bill Hicks or the whatever. And like, that's, you know, it's almost like now the Gaffigan thing is kind of like becoming more of the edgy, like, well, he's not really talking about anything that's going on, right? So I'm trying to find that middle ground where like a lot of the weird sex stuff that I talk about is in, of where it's like, okay, I can still I'm being provocative, but not in a way that falls along the traditional like, you know, red team, blue team stuff, but more just like how gross and weird we are as a people. Which you can still divide a room, but now it's all bets are off for like who's going to be offended and who's going to find it funny. Yeah.
You got I don't remember the joke, but when you came out on stage last night, within a minute or two, there was several groans.
The Ghislaine Maxwell one? Was it the, yeah. That's it. Yeah, how she should be the Twins' new owner? Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, that's the other part of it where like I riffed that one night and it got a pretty big pop. And so I think, and that's part of it too, is I think maybe it's more so I've gotten out of like consciously trying to sit down with news stories and be like, make them funny versus like sort of consuming them, retaining the information, and then through whatever bit I'm doing, if something pops up, then I'll, because at least that way it seems more organic versus like kind of a heavy-handed, you know,
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So, you're not claiming a home anymore, but where have you? You've just been touring, right? Like doing a tons of shows.
I was in LA for a while. I mean, I'm still going back, but I'm in the Midwest and the cities doing shows over the summer. I'm in St. Louis next week, northern Minnesota, Fergus Falls area the weekend after that. So yeah, it's nice so I can see family and stuff and hang out. And then I'll be heading back to LA in mid-August. I got a buddy that's a production assistant, so I'll do some work behind the camera there and just kind of allowing myself to be open to opportunities, because now it's just such a crapshoot. Because it used to be like, oh, you get into a club, the right person sees you, there's the job. But now it's like they just go on social media and it's like, well, who has 10,000 or 5 million followers? Like, okay, deal for that person. So, And I could play that game, but like I rebel against it. Like there's the intellectual part of me of like, well, here's what you have to do, and the emotional part of me is like, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. And I think part of it comes from the security of being like older and like, this is what I want to do. And, I meet people, I get along with people, some I don't. And then just like, okay, well, opportunities will present themselves that way too. And that's what I'll go for.
Have you gotten into some like cool stuff? You never
gay porn. Lot of gay. It's where I got this shirt, actually. Like I said, you just got to wait for an opening, and then you definitely, no.
Anything I've seen?
I don't know what you've seen. I need to see your search history, and I can let you know if. I mean, I would think I'd like to consider myself pretty recognizable, but then again, depending on camera angles and stuff, it could be.
It might have been you.
Yeah, that's true. It could have been me. No, what was the question before I?
What are you getting into? You're just doing shows everywhere you can find one?
Yeah, pretty much doing shows. I don't know, going on walks, just being without the pressure of having to become anything or accomplish anything.
But it's working.
I think so, yeah.
Then perfect. Then hell yeah. Hell yeah. You have since the last time you were here, you have a half-hour special out on YouTube.
Yes, it's called Hot Off the Press. Which is ironic because all the jokes are stale, and I shouldn't say stale, but old. They're old jokes. But it was part of it was like I just wanted to not, because like I had a fun chunk on Biden, which is obviously not relevant anymore, so that's on there, and kind of like news stories from like 5 years ago or whatever. So it's. Part of it was like, I'm just ready to move on and talk about incest. But then it was also like, well, these are good jokes, so I'll make them available for free. It's an open bar special. Yeah, if you just search me, Robert Baril, Baril, it should pop up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They had the contest going on last night.
Yes.
The funniest person contest.
Yep, it's time.
You came up and had a great line about, because we all knew who was going to win last night.
You can tell.
Oh, man.
You can tell. I know comedy is subjective, but like, you can tell.
Sometimes it's very obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's which goes both ways. It's very obvious who's going to win or who's going to lose. Yeah, but that was my thing last night, was like, all of them were decent.
They were
and
too
that's
good.
like,
yeah,
I mean, most of the fun of the contest, especially for comedians that have to like sit through a lot of it, is like, you want the train wrecks. Like, I would much rather have someone just self-implode on stage versus like kind of be, a little funny for a little bit. That's a miss. Like I've seen that 1,000 times. But
there's
like,
a guy my wife and I still talk about from like 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Had one of the worst like cringe where just like, oh, what is he doing? Mm-hmm. But I'll never forget it.
I do love the guys that'll just shout the whole time as if like we're not going to pick up on the fact that there's like no laughter, and as long as they're loud, like bands can do it. Like guitarists, like you can drown out silence with music.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, maybe someone thinks this is good. Like, who knows? It's so loud, but maybe there's some people on board. But yeah, with comedy, and then especially if it's like a mundane topic, well, then you're just like, shouting about pineapple and like what's happening, and that's the best.
There was a guy last night that one of his topics was a deep butt, and no one's ever gone there that I've seen.
I might have missed that one. I did deck out for a minute. I might have missed the deep butt. That's that's to each his own, right? That could be here's your sign, right? It probably took a deep butt, and that's like, he's got deep butt merch after, like, who knows at this point? That could easily be, Mm-hmm.
This guy's going places.
Maybe
the wrong guy didn't win. I don't know. Or did win. I'm not sure.
I mean, if you're going to have a butt, I think a deep butt is the way to go.
I've never heard those words together. It's just, it's stuck with me.
What a magical time to be alive.
Isn't it, though?
Yep.
Isn't it, though? When you got on stage last night, you mentioned your car was stolen last time you were in town.
It was, yeah.
What the hell? I never heard about that.
I was parked in front of the hotel, and it was stolen. It was like day 2 or 3. And the night before, I got a little drunk because I'm celebrating, right? I mean, this is the best club in the country, and other comics will come hang. Like if I'm in town, I got a buddy, I'm gonna hang. So you see people you haven't seen. You're doing shows. The audiences are great. It isn't even comedy. Like you're like, comedy is like trying to make 12 fucking morons in Sheboygan laugh at. This is. I don't know what this is. It's too good to be called comedy. So like I'm already, and no shade to Sheboygan. It's my favorite Boygan. But like, so I was hungover, and I was walking repeatedly, and it was a white Hyundai Elantra, and there were some white cars there, and I'm like, I know I'm hungover, but like it should be here, and so it took me like a good maybe half hour of just like, oh, I think it's been stolen, before I'm like, okay, I'm clearly not seeing numbers and letters right. Or like, I'm going to get a water. I'm going to come back. It was like a Black Mirror thing. And then it was like, oh, no, it's gone. It is gone.
There has to be something that kind of confirms it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, part of it was like, was I wrong about my license plate the whole time? Like part of it's, what is it called? Is it the Mandela effect or something, where it's like like everyone just in their mind thought that it was Bernstein, like Bernstein Bears, Stein, yes. But it's AI. And then you're like, well, was that like that the whole time? So I was like that with my car. Like, did I always think that was a license? Did I think it was a Hyundai Elantra? Maybe it was a Toyota Camry, because that's what's here right now. I don't drive that, but did I drink myself through a portal? Like, what's happening? And no, it's just my car got stolen. Yeah.
How long do you go without a vehicle after that?
That's a good question. I think about a week. They found it. I'm not going to go into it. I talk about it in my sure. Until you get a paywall. You're not going to hear. Yes. Sorry, you're not going to find it on this podcast. But yeah.
Oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. What are you driving now?
The same car. They patched it up.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean now I have like
you got
the
it
club.
Back and kept driving it.
The club that I was kind of hoping it would get totaled, and they're like, no, we repaired it, and I was like, all right, here we go. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're not going to say, but you say on stage that something was left in there, correct?
Yes.
We don't need to say it. I have a job. One of my many jobs these days is I'm doing some property management.
Jack of all trades.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And one of the units that I help with was empty, and a few days after it was empty, some people just helped themselves and started trying to live there.
Squatters.
Yep. And not only did they try to live there, but they started making it their own. They started painting the walls.
Ooh, bold move.
Crazy,
yeah,
right?
That's nice. Yeah. Was it just like random colors, or was it like artistic painting?
They found some in the basement and just started using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Found them because a neighbor that's in the building noticed one of them walking out with no shoes on. And it's like, this guy doesn't look familiar.
Well, it's probably good that someone else saw them, because otherwise I think it could just be like some sort of mental breakdown on your part of, yeah, that's the horror movie, is like, no one's ever been in that. You're like, what? There was a family, but they were all brutally murdered 25 years ago.
I go home and my clothes are covered in paint.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These aren't my shoes.
Yeah.
But they are my shoes. I love it. What else should we be mentioning? Are you getting back to War? You said you got back to War Road a little bit to see family?
Yeah, I did. Early this past fall I was up there for a little bit. Yeah, saw everybody. Yep, spent some time in the War Road. We were joking that we didn't record. I feel like we had a fun bit about like
we did.
Yeah, because you were saying that you were like, oh, I heard the story of how War Road got its name, and I was like, yeah, genocide. And you're like, yeah, it's not really much of a story. But yeah, we had some banger riffs before we started recording.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
If people, for me, I had one of the basically earlier today, as I'm looking at some stuff about Robert, I'm like reading.
Is there a lot about me? Where is it? It can't be a deep dive. It's not a.
No.
If you were to put all, it would not take a deep butt to hold all of the information about me that's out there, I would imagine.
On the deep butt scale.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're barely going in.
Sure.
No, but I will search things like if you mention just a word, I'll be like, oh, maybe there's something there. Oh, maybe there's something. War
okay.
Road. Maybe there's something there. It's
sure.
It's not necessarily just
there is
Robert
something there.
Baril.
It's a dollar store.
I will tell you, if you try to search for news from War Road, it is nothing but obituaries.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
and air quality. Air quality.
not mutually exclusive, I might add.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So that's what I learned. And then, of course, the obvious thing, the War Road, is there is a road that there was a war.
Yeah.
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 But did I ever put those two things together growing up in St. Paul, Minnesota? Not ever.
Yeah, no.
Just never thought
Ideally,
of
in
it.
a perfect world, there wouldn't be that. There would just be like, we all get alongsville, or like, agree to disagree valley, you know? But that's not how history shook out.
We were here first, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bring that back to when you head back. Bring that back.
I will. I'll try that. I'll set up a show at I don't even know, the Hugo's grocery store. I'll do 10 minutes.
You must do it. Where do you do a show back there? You've done a show.
There was a brewery, but it closed. Like breweries are doing left and right.
Speaking of, you know, you and I used to talk about. I saw you do host trivia in the town I live in, Hudson,
R.I.P.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
And that place is out of business now.
Yep.
You closed Hop and Barrel, basically.
I did. I left, and then they didn't want to go there anymore.
Hop and Baril.
It was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So thanks a lot. I liked going there. Now it's gone. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do blame you for that. Do you know you used to sell those drunk driving instructor koozies? Are those still around? You didn't do the joke.
I don't do the joke.
It's been retired?
Yeah, it's on the special. Including the merch pitch, was I specifically said in the special should be cut out of the special.
No.
Yeah. I was like, they're going to cut this part out, but after the show, I mean, it's kind of funny because then they'd be like, oh, wow. I would have thought that they would have just listened to me in the thing that I'm recording. I think I'd have to go back. I remember watching and be like, they left this in? I mean, it might not be the full merch pitch. It might have just been me being like, they're going to, after the show, I got a thing. I'm like, I'll mention it. No, wait. No, maybe they cut it out. I don't even remember. Who wants to listen to this, me describe this? But anyway, yeah, no. The joke's retired, and so I don't really sell the koozies anymore. But if I ever get into a point where, like, I need to make a lot of money, and I'll just bring the joke, but no one's going to know. And then I'll have the koozies.
Yeah,
but,
darn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are always going to drink and drive. Drinking and driving's got a shelf life of forever. So
as long as there's drinking.
Yep. Yes. As long as people still have cars they have to drive themselves, there will be drunk drivers.
Yes. Another conversation that happened before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Absolutely. That'll be a tip to everybody. Come on over to the Acme at about 2:30 next week, and you can hear me and Trevor Anderson talk about all this funny stuff before we get
spatulas. Is he still selling the spatulas? Who knows? Find out.
Come on.
Next week.
Cliffhanger.
Yep.
Cliffhanger. Is there anything else from last night's notes I want to mention? Let's see.
I covered a lot of ground, so I know there should be,
Yes. Religious parents.
Sure.
Are you getting comments about, like, do people take you to task at all about religious stuff after shows?
Not at all. The circumcision thing? No, I don't know what's there to disagree with. That's...
Because people are sensitive.
That's true. Yeah, well, I don't know.
People are sensitive.
I feel like I talk about so much shit in my set that by the time it's done, it's sort of like... I mean... It's like a buffet, and, like that stuff is just like one small element of, everything. By the end, they're just happy I think I'm done and I'm not joking about like bestiality anymore to be like, I thought the religious thing was a little off. I mean, it softens the blow is what I'm saying with, the rest of it.
Thruples, you brought those up?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw something in, a positive thing that I learned. That's a thing that I searched this morning, for example. I just searched the term thruple. Like, is there something I could bring up about this? Because he talks about it on
stage. You might
stage.
not laugh at my set, but you'll learn. You'll learn.
I did both.
Yeah, good.
I managed to do both.
Good.
And I don't want to be in a thruple. However, I found out about a very positive aspect of that.
Yeah?
Another person to share the bills.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of ways that it makes sense economically. And as long as you're not one of those people who's like, your partner belongs to me, it's like, hey, we're all adults here. Like, let's not. I think it does. I joke in the bit that you're not going to hear right now, but like you don't really see a lot of older thruples. But I think older, that's like when you can actually make it work, is when you're comfortable enough to be like, I don't want to see you today. Like, all right, well then I'll hang out. Like I think part of it is just like you hear that you automatically think sex, right? Because of society, 3 ways, all that stuff. But like just the thruple aspect without the sex just sounds practical and fun. Like, all right.
One of the headlines I saw regarding thruples today was 3 guys were the thruple.
Oh,
and they were going to redesign their apartment, and they couldn't agree on things. That was the big.
Well, but that's why I feel like with 3, you got a tiebreaker.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? That's democracy. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, that's you would be able to figure it out faster than if you were in a couple.
That's true.
Because both of you were entrenched, and it's like, well, let's ask Tad. And Tad's like, I want beige. Well, there you got your fucking answer.
Tad doesn't want beige.
I'm pro-thruple.
I think I am now.
Yeah.
All right, final thing. You brought up, and every time someone brings this up on stage, I'm like, hell yeah, bidet.
Yes.
Here's my thing. I was another one of my jobs is I like
noticeable change in your attitude, by the way, with this bidet topic. You're like leaning in. You are locked in.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You know who benefits the most from a bidet?
Say it.
Deep butt.
Think about the pressure you got.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The one I have is one of the basic, like, just cold water models that I bought, like, in 2020. So
yeah.
I don't know if that's going to reach a deep butt. But
I got a Puerto Rican guy with a super soaker. That's what I have. No, go on.
I paint all interior, exterior houses. Another job I have. I do a lot of painting.
Sure.
And I was in a house yesterday painting downtown here, like one of these super expensive.
Are you the person that's illegally living in that room? Is that you?
Wait a minute. You're not supposed to figure that out so easily.
Yeah.
So I'm painting this very expensive condo yesterday.
Yep.
Right around their toilet, right? Which
is
like my least favorite place to be, on my knees and painting. In any case, and I keep thinking like, this place, they probably rent this place out for like $3-4 grand a month. And where's the luxury? Where's the bidet? They should be in all new construction, Robert.
Oh,
that's
100%. Yeah.
They should be in all new construction. Americans we're 250 freedom. Get some bidets in homes, then I'll have some pride.
Yeah, that's the one thing I feel like is lacking from Quick Trips. Because Quick Trips have really upped the gas station. It's not even close now. Like, Holiday may as well be Bosnia, right? Like, that's, maybe not now.
Language.
Bosnia now is probably fine. We beat them in soccer, but whatever. But, like, it may as well be, it's because, with Quick Trip, it's like a whole grocery store. They have fresh food. Throw some bidets in there because it's also a gas station, right? So you're going to have your... the guy that just had Taco Bell and iced coffee, he's rushing, get a bidet in there.
In Hudson, they're across the street from each other, Taco Bell and Quick Trip. I mean,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding?
Like, is it that people are so homophobic that the thought of just like some fresh water in their butt,
that's part of it,
is... I mean, if it's, then like, well, it's what? Yeah, but you have the toilet paper there. You can dry off with... Like, what do you, like, if you're at the beach and you're going to hop in the shower, right? You don't just roll around on the floor for a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm clean. No, you'd be a psychopath. Water. Always water. Yeah. Until data centers just completely eliminate it from our lives, bidet.
Yes.
Bidet.
There's outtake number 2.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So you could, I think we're on the same page here.
Yeah,
Bidets,
100%.
Life-changing.
I mean...
in the positive.
You can make do without, but like
sure.
You having experienced the bidet and then like not having it, you feel dirty. You feel, which I don't mind feeling every now and then, but it's also like there's some, especially with the bidet, where you're like, I got it all. But sometimes with with toilet, and you still like, I mean, I can't be white. I can't stay in here all day. I feel like there's, dice roll. That's.
But, however, you're living alone. You'd have somebody keeping an eye on you for how long you're in the bathroom. Like
that's yeah. Mm-hmm.
25 minutes, honey. What are you doing in there?
Yeah. Well, you're doing laundry next, so I'm also doing you a favor, all right? So maybe give me another 5 minutes, and I can make sure you're not mortified the next time it's chore day.
Exactly. This has been great.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
Right back at you.
And come back. I mean, I guess it's up to you when you want to come back, right? Are you going to, the man of mystery, come back in a year, come back in 2 years?
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a cape. Right? Maybe, I'll have like a long bearded goatee or something. Yeah, who knows?
I saw Mike Lester last night. He's got
that.
Little,
he's got his is behind it. Well, yeah, he's got like the neck beard, and then he's he looks like Splinter from Ninja Turtles survived a nuclear holocaust.
Now we can wrap this up because there needed to be a Mike Lester
sure
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And we got it.
Cool.
There it was. Thank you.